We're a growing nation. To a great extent, we've become westernized in our thinking. And we are adopting a lot of the Western strategies to grow and to enhance and to maximize what we already have. It's completely an open market, so you can really grow to an extent which you can't grow anymore. Because of labor being cheap here, because of so many opportunities in terms of cost-saving opportunities in India today, a lot of multinationals and foreign firms are coming up and setting up shop in India.
Today, young kids coming out of school are chased by the Citibank and American Express and told, here's a loan, buy a car. People are taking cars they won't be able to pay for. It's all running on a credit machine, and it's running on a credit machine where a cultural addiction is being created.
Fantasyland. I'm offering people an opportunity to get into a place where they only visit in their fantasy, in their dreams.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and action!
Hello everybody, आप देख रहे हैं Page 3 with Mua Neha Serene. Dino Moria, Amrita Arora ने enjoy किया musical summit. Stylish Hrithik Roshan के recent shirt commercial में international fashion scenario, star-studded premieres, Hollywood films, gossips and scoops on the international stars. Bollywood की popular stylist Anna Singh ने दिया है Hrithik Roshan को ये hot and delicious look. Or one more. Now, the bulk of your audience, they don't wear Armanis and Versace's and Prada, you know? They don't have 3-4 TV sets at home. They don't have 2-3 cars. These are all aspirational things for them. The point is, if it was something that's ungettable and unattainable, then it's a different thing. But we're showing you people who already have it. And they're not people from Sweden or America or Europe. They're Indians who have it, who live in this country. So if they can have it, so can you. It's just a matter of time. I think a fantasy land is all up here. There is a way to convert those thoughts into a reality. You can't just sit there, close your eyes and dream and just hope that it's going to become into a reality. Keep at it and keep going. You need the killer instinct. 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 Fantasyland.
If we do business as usual with 9 billion people like we do now, and let's say China and India would have the same consumption standard as Sweden or Portugal and so on, when this planet would simply explode. I mean, we could not confine climatic change in any way. We would probably lose all the fertile soils. We would pollute the waters and so on. So the Western consumption model expand it to 9 billion people would simply blow up the whole system. Huh?
The rich nations are in no position to lecture the poor nations. They will just turn around and laugh at us. They say, well, look at it on a per capita basis. How much are you consuming? You in the US, you in Britain, you in Sweden, you in the whole of the developed world. Massively more per capita. And they can see full well that it's grossly unfair of us to say, you've got to sort out the problem on our behalf, and we're not going to sort it out. It's a line which most of the rich nations have been taking, saying, well, you know, the real problem is going to be China and India. Right now, the real problem is us.
The enormous amount of hand labor required to grow and pick the cotton was supplied by great numbers of slaves. This, then, was the economic background of the plantation. Cheap slave labor producing one main crop on vast tracts of land owned by the planter.
Export-oriented agriculture assumes that the entire population of the South is only there to meet the luxury needs of the rich. India must orient itself purely to providing luxury products to you at low cost while we destroy our ecosystems.
Ja, alltså naturresurserna kommer ju ta slut någon gång. Det är bara att inse det, att det kommer ju inte, alltså jorden kommer ju förbrukas så att det inte finns någon näring kvar om man nu ska kolla väldigt långsiktigt. Men det är svårt att bryta en livsstil, tycker jag. Man är ju liksom född i den här konsumtionsvärlden. Man vet ju ingenting annat egentligen om hur det skulle vara annars.
Man has forged ahead. New and better things have sprung from his industry and his genius. A new world is constantly opening before us at an ever-accelerating rate of progress. A greater world, a better world, a world which always will grow forward, forward, forward.
We continue moving in a positive way toward an end-of-year growth rate of 3 to 3.5% real growth.
Wir können mit einem Wachstum von 2,5 bis 3% rechnen. that this year will see the most rapid global growth in a long time.
Global growth is still robustly above trend.
Forward. The pace of economic growth, global economic growth. Strong growth.
Solid growth.
Economic growth is the guiding principle that around which society coheres. Well, exactly what is it that is growing? We always say economic growth. If you try to write into your computer uneconomic growth, it'll give you an error signal and it'll say, well, you're misspelling or something. But that's a real concept. Growth can be uneconomic. It can cost more than it's worth. And that's the new era that we're moving into, and we have to come to recognize that. Once you get in your mind a picture of here's the Earth biosphere, here's the economy, you begin to see how does the economy live off the larger system. That's not really hard to understand. As the economy expands, it takes in more energy, more matter. It takes it from where? From the biosphere. And as we consume more, we throw out more waste. Where do we throw it? Back to the biosphere. So that's depletion, and that's pollution. That's depletion, and that's pollution. So that's depletion, and that's pollution. So that's depletion, and that's pollution. So that's depletion, and that's pollution. And then we move into an era of uneconomic growth, in which growth increases the production of bads faster than the production of goods. It accumulates filth faster than wealth. How big can these inputs of materials and energy be? How big can the outflow of waste be before it begins to foul up? That's not really hard to understand. I mean, I can explain that to my grandchildren. We only measure the benefits of increasing physical growth. And there are benefits. If welfare is growing, we're all in favor of it. To be rich is much better than to be poor. The problem is the costs are not really measured in our national accounts. In fact, when we have negative things from the accounts, like pollution, the cost of cleaning up the pollution get counted as a positive rather than subtracted as a negative. So we need to have one set of accounts which measures the benefits of physical growth, and another set of accounts which measures the cost, the sacrifices of physical growth, and then compare the two at the margin and say, hey, now it's time to stop.